2 million Nigerians to get collateral-free loans in new microcredit for petty traders. Securities Exchange Commission calls on investors to regularize accounts. Stock market index dips by 2.89% in 5 trading days. I am Moplang Dakok, and this is Business Express, reaching you on the network service of the NTA. Thank you for being there. 2 million Nigerians to get collateral-free loans in the Buhari administration's new microcredit for petty traders. This is with a view to addressing the problems associated with access to credit. Amina Nojem, in this report, captures the essence of the trader money.
Access to credit has been a perennial challenge to many micro, small and medium enterprises. Financial institutions in the country who gave out credit avail with a string of demands, and in many cases intending beneficiaries fail to meet up. It is for this reason that government is determined to further enlarge its financial inclusion agenda and for all Nigerians regardless of social class and economic status. The Buhari administration launched a new initiative under the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program called Trader Money to empower 2 million Nigerians. The scheme was launched in Lagos and would grant a minimum of 30,000 loans in each state of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. The 2 million mark is expected to be attained on or before the end of this year, and petty traders in Lagos, Kano and Abuja are said to be the first set of beneficiaries to draw the collateral-free loans. Trader Money is designed to help petty traders expand their trade through the provision of collateral-free loans of 10,000 naira. The loans are repayable within a period of 6 months. The goal is to use Trader Money to take financial inclusion to the grassroots.
I'm now being joined by Toyin Adeniji. She is the Executive Director, Micro Enterprises of the Bank of Industry. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right. This new Trader Money, how is it different from other credit schemes?
So Trader Money is one of the social intervention programs, and the Trader Money is actually a product of the Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, which is totally funded by the federal government of Nigeria under this administration. Trader Money is different because it is an easily accessible loan. Trader Money in particular is small microcredit loans of 10,000 for petty traders. So what this government is trying to do is to make sure that petty traders have access to finance. So for those that are selling, they just have tabletop counters, selling vegetables, hawking bread, selling spices, fruits, plantain, and just looking at value chains that, that will need a small loan to boost their business.
So that means anything beyond 10,000 will not be accommodated?
It will be accommodated. Okay. So the way this program works is that once you get the first loan of 10,000, you have 6 months to pay it back. Okay. So it's interest free. and it's payable over 6 months. When you pay it back, you immediately qualify for a 15,000 naira loan. After you pay that, another 6 months, or you can actually pay it faster in 3 months, so 3 to 6 months. If you finish paying the 15,000, then you can get a 20,000 loan, and then it goes on like that.
Okay. So do you have a database for these traders?
Yes. So what we have done is that we're working with what we call enumerators, people that already have the experience of working in that terrain. Okay. So what we did is we defined the target market that we want. So we have them with what I call foot soldiers all across Nigeria. And what they do is they enumerate the traders at their point of trade. We also go to points where bulk is being broken. So for example, for people that sell bread, we would go to the bakeries, the local bakeries. For people that sell plantain, we would go to the plantain where plantain is clustered. Okay.
So what is the selection process?
It's very easy. Okay. Once you are a petty trader, because we are enumerating at the point of trade, so we see you in the market, we see you in places where these clusters generally form. We also go to bulk breaking points, as I said. So once you do sell, we just collect your name, we collect your telephone number, because it's been driven actually primarily by mobile technology. So we do need your phone number, and then really that's all the qualification that you need.
All right. So what is the determining factor for states to qualify? And then when we go to the states, is it going to be based on a particular local, making sure that every local government is represented, or it's just going to be general?
Well, I think every local government and general would probably get you to the same goal. Okay. It is national. As I said, it's a program, it's a social intervention program under this administration. So the idea is to reach Nigerians, in every nook and corner of Nigeria. When you say, is it in all local government areas, that is the desire. Okay. Where do we go to enumerate people? As I said, it's at the point of trade. So we'll go anywhere that we have to go to enumerate the beneficiaries. Okay.
So what is going to guarantee that these traders will pay back, being that, as you said, there won't be any collateral?
Well, as you know, there's another program that we had run, or we're still running anyway, the market money. Market money is what I call the big brother of trader money, because those loans start at 50,000 naira. And our experience with that is that even without collateral, people actually in those sectors, they actually do pay back. So with trader money, the promise of even a higher loan, 10,000 naira is just a start. So if people are promised that with 10,000 you can get 15,000 and you can move up the ladder, eventually you can get a loan of 50,000 and above. So there's a promise to help you grow your business. And also, it's also the fact that we're spreading the news that if you do pay back, not only will you do well, your community is also better served. So we believe that we will get good payback.
Okay, but generally there's this fear that federal government is talking about loans again, but accessing this loan is still going to be a problem. Do you think it's going to be the same thing with this trader money?
No, it is not the same. We have already started. Okay. Last week we were in Mushi, at Ojowoye market in Mushi, and we disbursed, we had over 5,000 beneficiaries in that market registered, and we disbursed to them, and we had live testimonials, and they saw that from start to end, it is true. I mean, people were receiving alerts on their phone. So basically you register, you get a notification on your phone, value is sent to your phone, and you cash out. And so this happened, and people do believe that it's happening.
All right. You talked about Lagos. So can you just give us a brief of the next set of states to benefit from the scheme? Okay.
Well, first of all, it's national. So as I speak, we do have beneficiaries all across Nigeria, and the process to enumerate beneficiaries is a continuous one. Okay. So we're not going to stop. As you know, our initial target is 2 million. And we will do more than 2 million if given time and given payback, we will do more than 2 million. Okay. As I speak now,
but which states should expect your visit after Lagos?
As I speak now, immediately we have, if I can talk from the top of my head, we have Lagos, we have Kano, we have Abia State, we have Akwa Ibom State. The following week we have another so we're doing 2 to 3 states every week. So, but I know that we have Kano, Abia, Akwa Ibom, all on the lineup, and other states as well.
All right. Thank you very much, Toyin Adeniji, for joining us on Business Express.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Moving on. Youth empowerment program should go beyond providing means of livelihoods to include intergenerational equity and youth involvement in community decision-making in order to impact positively in societal development. This was the focus at the flag-off of an empowerment scheme by NASFAT Society in Abuja. Let's join Aliu Tukur for details.
Actually, from the
life has not been easy for Ayanlowo Najimuddin, a 34-year-old graduate of physics mathematics who could not find a white-collar job since graduating from higher institution. But with the NASFAT Society Youth Empowerment Scheme, Najimuddin, who is among the 72 youths trained in various fields, can now earn a living, having been trained on fishery.
We have 2,000 fishes in the pond right now, as I'm saying, and they are a month, 3 weeks old.
I really appreciate NASFAT for giving us this kind of...
The scheme, which is tagged Empower the Youth, Secure the Nation, is aimed at not only providing means of livelihood to the youth, but also to overcome social barriers while recognizing the importance of self-directed learning.
An angry man is an angry man, and when you are not okay, to even worship is difficult. So on that note, for us to encourage our members who are seeking for a job, who are not financially or business okay, that's what informed the training, so that we can empower them, that tomorrow they can stand on their own to empower others too.
I'm very happy that NASFAT has taken this initiative, and as much as possible, government cannot do everything, but government can still do a lot of things to help develop the entrepreneurship sector. And when an organization like NASFAT provides the skill for the members, of course, naturally, we only supplement by giving them entrepreneurship development.
Ayanlowo Najimuddin and the other 71 beneficiaries who were trained in ICT, fashion designing, cosmetology, farming and bakery can now start up their ventures, as they have also received equipment to help them do so. In Abuja, Aliu Tukur.
The Securities and Exchange Commission has enjoined investors in the capital market that bought shares with different names to regularize their accounts in order to get the benefits of their investments. This is even as the Capital Markets Committee, CMC, has extended the forbearance period to December 31, 2018 to enable investors to regularize their accounts. Speaking in Lagos at the just concluded Capital Market Committee meeting, Acting Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mary Uduk, expressed delight that the Nigerian capital market within the quarter under review witnessed some achievements in various segments of its operations. The meeting is a periodic gathering of stakeholders in the Nigerian capital market to discuss capital market-related matters. Nigerian stocks continue to decline due to political developments leading to Nigeria's presidential elections. A broader emerging market sell-off took a further toll on stocks on Friday, bringing the decline since its 2018 high on January to 21%. Bosede Ebel in this report takes us through the market's performance in the week ended Friday, the 10th of August 2018.
The Nigerian Stock Exchange maintained major negative trends last week. The week ended saw the all-share index depreciated by 2.89% and closed the week at 35,446.47. A total turnover of 925.6 shares worth 8.3 billion naira in 15,565 deals were traded by investors on the floor of the exchange, with market capitalization at 12.9 trillion naira. All other indices finished lower, with the exception of the ASEM index that closed flat. The financial services industry led the activity chart with 680.7 million shares valued at 5.2 billion naira traded in 8,524 deals. The healthcare industry followed with 47.6 million shares worth 31.1 million naira in 531 deals. The third place was occupied by the conglomerates industry with a turnover of 40.8 million shares worth 63.7 million naira in 728 deals. Trading in the top three equities, United Bank for Africa PLC, Wema Bank PLC and Zenith International Bank PLC accounted for 260.5 million shares worth 2.7 billion naira in 2,266 deals. Also traded with a total of 1,727 units of exchange-traded products, ETPs, valued at 333,925.78, executed in 9 deals. A total of 7,787 units of federal government bonds valued at 8.005 million naira were traded. 20 equities appreciated last week, 47 equities depreciated in price, and 103 equities remained unchanged.
And to look deeper into the issues in the Nigerian stock market, Sidi Idris of New Devco joins us. Sidi Idris is one of our regulars on Business Express. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure to be here once more.
All right. Now, what's happening in the stock market, especially with the heavyweights? Can you give us an insight?
Well, we have seen persistent bearish run in the market lately. In fact, the market has continuously gone down ever since we noticed an upsurge in January and February. But since then, it's been declining. But this is expected because based on history, we've always seen this kind of activities happening pre-election year. You know, there are a lot of uncertainties sets in. So investors, the market does not like anything that has to do with uncertainty. They want assurance to some extent on what one can get from the market.
Okay. So this transition from being the best performing market to becoming one of the worst, should it be a matter of concern?
Well, of course, it should be a matter of concern because these are investors losing money. You know, it's not something that is palatable. But over and above that, you know, this part of what happens in the market, we will always see ups and downs in the market. This is one of it. The major thing that is causing this is just the political tension that we're facing now. And this will fizzle out, I'm sure. By the time results of the primary election starts coming in, and then the tension will, of course, continue to go down with all those results coming in, I'm sure. And as regards the market itself, we've seen a lot of results of these companies come out. Those companies, most of these companies, although they are mixed, most of these companies have performed wonderfully. So it's not as if there are fundamental issues that is making the market come down. It's just fear of the investors, you know. And when we're having a bearish sentiment, you know, it's usually difficult for investors to now gain back the confidence to come back to the market. But gradually, I'm sure.
Yes, you said gradually we're coming out of it.
Yes.
So what do you think we need to do? What should be done?
Well, investors should continue to trade cautiously, of course, because, you know, it's not good for you to see your investment really going down and down and down. But the most important thing is you should ensure that the numbers that are coming out are guiding your investment choice. You know, once you are buying these shares based on their strong fundamentals guiding the choice of stocks you are making, there's no cause for alarm. You know, the capital market is a long-term market, actually. It's not something that you expect to just invest now and get returns in a short way. You know, even though there are speculators in the market who want short gains, you know. But in the long run, if you are a real player in the market, this is in fact the right time to even come into the market because the valuations are really cheap. You know, for most of the companies that are listed on the exchange. Okay.
So are there any class of investments that are exempted from this slide?
Yeah, the asset class, the fixed income, actually, to some extent, is immune. Not completely, actually, because if you look at the effect of inflation, you are still at negative. But to some extent, you know, your funds, initial capital, as the invested capital is usually safe. And then it's only the return that's negative. Okay. You know, the real return now because like the yields from the treasury is around 10-11% now, down from about 18, 20 to 20% that we witnessed around last year. But even at that, I think it's still not a bad investment.
Okay, so what do you see playing out in the market? This is just Monday, the first trading day.
Yeah, this Monday actually, even though today we've seen another downward trend, but it's marginal actually compared to what we have seen last year, because last year was actually terrible, We had about 2.89% down. We've seen marginal drop of about 0.13%, and that's quite low, you understand, compared to what we saw last year. This, I believe, we're going to actually, it might continue really. The bearish trend might really continue, but on the lower level, I believe.
All right. Thank you very much, CD, for joining us on
My
Business
pleasure
Express.
to always be with you. Yeah.
All right. What are the market trends in some key African nations, United States, Europe, and Asia? One thing is certain, the Turkish lira is at the heart of movements. Let's have the numbers.
On the global scene, stocks fell on Friday in the U.S. as geopolitical concerns pushed the Turkish lira to a record low against the dollar and rattled investors. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 0.29% and closed 25,509.23. The Dow also erased its gains for the month of August and posted a 3-day losing streak. S&P 500 fell 0.14% as financial and materials lagged, while the Nasdaq Composite appreciated 0.04% and closed 7,891.78. European stocks closed lower as investors reacted to corporate earnings, fresh turmoil in Turkey, and the ongoing trade war between the U.S. and China. DAX declined 251.76 to 12,424.35. FTSE depreciated 0.97% and CAC also dropped 1.59% and closed 5,414.68. On the Asian terrain, stocks closed lower on the last trading day as uncertainty over U.S.-China trade relations lingered. Japan's Nikkei fell 1.33% and closed 22,298.08, with miners and shipping sector stocks leading overall declines. The Hang Seng Index also pulled back by 0.8%, while Shanghai Composite appreciated 0.04% and wrapped up by 2,795. Trade in Africa were majorly on the red. South Africa's FTSE JSE Africa Top 40 declined 0.07%. Kenya's Nairobi All-Share 0.64%. Tunisia's Tunidex depreciated 48.31 to 8,341.75. Namibia Overall Index 2.14%, and Ghana's GSE Composite Index also shared 0.04% and closed 2,867.49.
Still on the lira, Turkey's plunging currency is stoking anxieties on Wall Street and throughout global markets. As the week starts, the Turkish lira has put in fresh lows against the US dollar, continuing Friday's steep downward spiral. Turkey's central bank on Monday made policy moves that failed to alleviate concerns among investors. It pledged to provide all the liquidity the banks need. In a statement, it also said banks would be able to borrow foreign exchange deposits from the central bank at a 1-month maturity and 1-week maturities. U.S. President Donald Trump, in a tweet, said he would increase tariffs on both aluminum and steel. Turkey's dilemma is causing anxieties from markets, not simply because of the crushing decline in Ankara's currency, which could result in knock-on effects throughout other global markets, but because the country holds a strategic position on the world stage. From Turkey, we come back home to see how the Naira is trading against other major currencies. And that does it on this edition of Business Express. Thank you for being part of it. Let's do it again, same time on Wednesday. I am Muplang Dakok.